Hey everyone, this is Joey, your adequately okay dungeon master. For the next couple of episodes, we're going to be doing a bonus arc. This one focuses on one of the police officers from episode 17, who chased Hirkir, Niklaus, and Jack. He appears around the 45 to 52 minute mark, if you want to check it out. During the chase, Niklaus connects telepathically with this police officer and convinces him to give up chasing the party and also to follow his dreams. For these couple of episodes, we have Roy.
Hi.
And Mitchell.
Hello.
Who played Niklaus and Sirius respectively in the main campaign. And we also have Anastasia Taber.
Hi.
Our guest star, who has her own podcast called Creating Wealth, a personal finance podcast that she hosts with her father, covering investing, cryptocurrency, budgeting, and other helpful finance topics.
Yes.
But Joey, what does that have to do with Dungeons and Dragons?
So first of all, you could definitely check out that podcast if you'd like to level up your finance skills. And keeping in line with that, this adventure will be money-themed and have little nuggets of fantasy financial information.
And there's a financial wizard. What?
That being said, what characters do you guys got? Roy, you're playing the police officer.
Yeah, so I'm playing Steve Stevenson, a former police officer for Falcons Reach Police Department, with his trusty sidekick Austin. They're on an adventure to follow his dreams and start a taco stand. Unfortunately, the only help he could find were two of his exes, and he's so excited about working with both of them on the taco stand for every day, both of them.
He sounds very excited.
Very excited.
Getting into character already. Alright, well, who wants to be X number 1?
I believe in the timeline that's me.
Alright, who are you playing, Anastasia?
Yeah, so I'm playing Ella Turin. She is a forest gnome / financial wizard. She was adopted into a wealthy elven family in need of an heir based on her high testing aptitude. Don't think about it too much. It totally makes sense. She got heavily into finance and even traded the various coins until the spectacular coin crash. She now acts as an accountant and front woman / cashier for her ex-boyfriend, Steve. Her bubbly personality makes it easy to get along with others and make friends. She is here to make her family proud and finally attain some semblance of success. Steve was nice, but way too clingy. So she broke it off after a few intense but short months. And she said yes to Steve because she had hit a personal, financial, and professional rock bottom.
As one does.
Sometimes it happens, you know. You gotta start a taco truck with your ex.
Alright, Mitchell, what do you got?
So my character, his name is Cayenne Pika. He is a Goliath barbarian. Cayenne comes from a tribe of Goliaths in the slums of Falcons Reach. They are the Pika clan. They compete with other tribes of Goliath in the slums for culinary superiority. The Pika clan specializing in tacos.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay, tacos.
Yes. Cayenne is the only member of the family who has a dream. He's the only one who wants to share the tacos that he and his family make with the world. The rest of the family does not like this, so they have shunned him. He wants to be the world's greatest chef. He had a very short but intense relationship with Steve. Steve was the first person who ever showed him true kindness. Unfortunately for Cayenne, he was kind of a rebound for Ella, for Steve.
Whoa.
Yes, and Cayenne took this kind of hard. But Cayenne is looking forward to maybe reconnecting with Steve, no matter how naive that might sound, and he's very excited to become part of this business venture.
Steve is so excited by this whole thing. So very excited.
It's a beautiful trio with absolutely no baggage.
Nothing to get in the way of the business.
Nothing to distract them from making tacos and selling tacos.
Exactly.
Alright, well, let's get started on our taco journey.
Woo!
Cue the music.
Yeah, I was going to and I'm assuming the theme song plays now, Joey? Yeah?
Yes.
Welcome
to Falcon's Reach, a city in which magic is technology. You're listening to Adequately Advanced Magic.
Steve, you find yourself gripping the wheel of your levitating police cruiser as it peels down the highway. Ahead of you, you see an odd assortment of suspects riding a heavily loaded levitating police bike, desperately trying to outrun you and a couple of other police cars. In the rearview mirror, you see flames from at least one other police vehicle that has already exploded thus far in the chase. A voice in your head rather suddenly makes itself known, and it says, "Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Do I want to die?" Your heart rate increases even more as you mull over what to do, and you think about your puppy Austin, who you adopted just weeks earlier. In another fiery blast, the nearby police vehicle that was driving alongside you explodes. You start slowing down, and you pull over. And then you vomit over the side of the highway. The voice in your head returns, and it says, "Maybe I should rethink my life. Maybe I should quit the police and follow my dreams." And then you think to yourself, maybe it's about that time I start that taco stand.
Maybe tacos are the answer.
Steve, you wake up in a cold sweat in your apartment. It's been 4 weeks since that day, but you still get chills thinking about it. What does your apartment look like?
Steve's apartment is pretty humble. He just had a, civil servant's salary. So he owns the place, and that's basically where all of his disposable income has gone over the last 15 years. So the inside, the furnishings are not what you would consider lavish, other than the huge, exorbitant, uncalled for number of dog toys just everywhere. Most of them still in the packaging, or what's left of the packaging once Austin kind of ripped through them. And the centerpiece is basically Austin and his multiple beds and food bowls.
Yeah, what kind of dog is Austin?
Austin is a corgi. At least that's what the shady person in the alley told Steve when he went to go purchase one. He was told he's a rescue, but he's got some strange inconsistencies with other corgis he's seen in the past. But otherwise, it's a normal puppy corgi.
Yeah, what do you do?
Steve looks over and just takes in the current state of Austin.
Austin is snoozing right now. It's currently somewhat early in the morning, from what you can tell.
Steve kind of stretches, rolls over, is looking towards the kitchen where he wants to go get coffee, but he doesn't want to get out of bed. He's quit the police force 4 weeks ago, but he still hasn't really moved forward very far with this whole taco stand thing. So he's just kind of dreading the day. But eventually he picks himself up and goes to the kitchen and gets started on a coffee.
Yeah, you head over to the Magitech coffee maker. Sitting next to it is a list of names. Names of people who you've requested assistance from in your quest to start a taco stand. Almost every single name is crossed off, except for 2 on the bottom. Sitting next to the list are a couple of sending Magitechs, which allows you to send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with whom you are familiar with.
Steve has his coffee in his hand, sitting in his favorite chair. He has the list in his other hand. He's looking at it. He's sipping the coffee. About 15 minutes goes by. When the coffee starts getting empty, he's still looking at the list. And he's like, I guess I don't have any other options if I still want to try and get the taco stand. So I'll start with the list that's first. This was the first name that's first on the list. And he sends a message to Ella.
What does your message say?
So Steve knows that Ella can help him. But he's really hesitant to reach out to her after their kind of breakup. And he's over and over in his head, like, practiced and rehearsed the different ways he could send this message. But in the moment, he pushes the button on the Magitech to activate it. All of his planning goes out the window. And for the first 5 seconds, there's silence as his mind goes blank. Before finally he begins the message saying, "Hey, Stella. Sorry. Hey, Ella. It's Steve, your ex. I was just messaging you about a business opportunity and wanted to know if you would be interested. Okay, talk to you later." And then it gets cut off there because he just counted how many words there would be.
We'll say there's no immediate reply, and you continue to look at the list.
Steve kind of waits longer than he probably should for a response from a sending message. He knows how long it would take to get a reply back, but he still waited a little bit extra long. After that, he goes to the next name on the list, Cayenne, and he activates the Magitech. "Hey, Cayenne, it's Steve. I just wanted to talk to you about tacos and maybe you working for me or with me on a taco stand. If that's something you might like, let me know. Bye."
As you put down the spent Magitech, the camera pans out. And then we cut to Ella. Ella, what are you doing this fine morning?
Ella is hungover. She is at her adopted parents' house. I guess she's just at her parents' house because she can't afford the rent on her apartment anymore. They're not very pleased with having her back. And she's just been partying every night for like 2 weeks straight. So they're kind of wondering, all right, Ella, when are you going to get your life together? So yeah, she's in bed. She's not feeling very well, so she's kind of sleeping in and out.
Yeah, as you're phasing in and out of consciousness, you get this telepathic message from Steve, your ex.
Am I just supposed to remember what the message said? Business opportunity,
Something like that, yeah.
That's basically what you got while you were hungover.
Yeah.
That was...
Ella receives the message, and she's like, I am way too hungover for this right now, so she sleeps another 2 hours. Do you want to cut to 2 hours later?
We cut to 2 hours later. You're
2 hours later.
There's like a time lapse of you in your bed, and it's just you doing 360s on the bed over time.
Yeah, Ella gets up. She gets up and goes and rubs her face in the mirror, attempts to take a shower. That doesn't work out very well. She brushes her teeth. She goes to the table. She tries to eat a bowl of cereal, and that doesn't work out.
As the camera catches your failure to eat cereal, how about you go ahead and describe what you look like?
Well, since I'm a forest gnome, I am rather short. I am also tiny and just disheveled. My red hair is just a rat's nest. I've got eyeliner smeared down my cheek. I got some lipstick that's smeared down to my chin. It's not a good look, honestly. That's why she didn't look at herself very long in the mirror earlier. And yeah, she's asking herself again why she made those investments. She lost her job, and she's back at her parents' house. And her parents aren't home right now, but she's just waiting for them to come back and give her that look of disapproval. Yeah, look of disapproval.
This is the realest Dungeons and Dragons session that we've had ever.
I wanted to really emphasize how much of a rock bottom she's hit. And Steve's message, I mean, she's gotta get to a certain point in order to
as justification for why she would do this.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great.
All right, so she's gonna respond to his message now.
Yeah, you rummage through the cupboard and you find a spare sending Magitech.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, 25 words or less.
I know. It's such a limit. Hey, Steve. I love to hear from you. I loved hearing from you. Super interested in this opportunity. Can't wait to meet up. Let me know. Was that 25 words?
I think you're good.
We could say so,
I
yeah.
think you're good.
All right. So yeah, that's my message. She probably needs to go throw up.
Yeah, right after you send the message, your face turns a little bit green. It seems like you failed to eat that cereal in more than one way.
Poor Ella.
The scene cuts to Cayenne. And what are you doing, Cayenne?
Cayenne is standing guard outside the bank that he was hired to be a security guard for. He has trouble finding employment. This is one of the only gigs that would take him. It's a very boring shift. It's a very boring job. He does not enjoy it. Also, Cayenne is 8 feet tall. He has gray skin. He's wearing tight blue jeans, a tight, white t-shirt, and a leather jacket, and he has shoulder-length black hair, straight black hair. There aren't a lot of clothing opportunities for Goliath, so he has to wear clothes that are more fitting for a human or a half-elf, so he's sort of bulging out in them with his big old muscles.
As you stand there stoically guarding this bank, you get a message from Steve.
Oh, it is Steve. He listens to the message. He gets very excited. He sends a reply, which goes a little something like this. Let's see. He would say, Steve, did you get any of my calls? It is good to hear from you. I cannot wait to see you to talk about taco stand. I think this is great opportunity. Maybe we can grab coffee sometime? And then he sends a message. Yeah.
That's great because the 25 words were over when you said taco stand. The rest of it was cut off.
Were you actually counting that?
Close to, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Nice.
Cayenne does not realize that part was cut off, though.
Yeah, and Cayenne, you stand there nervously as you wait for a reply.
He's very anxious. He hasn't heard from Steve in months. Steve never returned any of his calls.
So rude.
Does Steve get the response from Cayenne?
Yeah.
Steve is both glad to get a response from someone in the positive, but also anxious about meeting up with Cayenne again. Funnily enough, when Steve got the response from Cayenne, that was actually his last sending spell, Magitech, so he couldn't respond because that was a response. But he's like, okay, great. I'll get back to Cayenne a little bit later today. So he's going to have to ghost Cayenne for a little bit until he gets another Magitech. He'll search for one. He has one in the apartment somewhere, but it takes more than 2 hours for him to find it. But he basically finds it, and as he finds it, he goes to activate it and hits the button to send Cayenne a message, and that's when he gets the reply or the original message from Ella. So he's recording while he's hearing Ella's message to him. So he has to reply to both of them, basically back to back. Hopefully none of it gets confusing for the people he's talking to. So he says to Cayenne, hey Cayenne, let's meet at the spot where we used to get drinks. I know you work days, so how about when you get off? Does that work for you? Hey Ella, I'm glad you responded. You want to meet at the coffee place that we used to get coffee at? Or, just let me know whatever is good for you. Yeah. And he has no idea how much of the second part Cayenne heard.
So is he planning not to tell either of them before they meet up that the other will be there?
I don't think they know about each other.
This is great.
That's true.
So how do you know Steve now?
You know Steve?
Steve's so excited about how this is gonna go great.
Austin borks. He's like, Bork.
Yes, I know, Austin. It's terrible.
Cayenne's ready to just drop everything. He hates this job. He's ready to just abandon this bank to whatever fate and meet Steve at the bar.
Steve, your plans with Ella are earlier in the day, while your plans with Cayenne are a little bit later. Ella, I assume you agree to meet at this coffee place?
Oh yeah, rock bottom.
Don't forget.
Don't forget. She can't forget.
She'll never forget.
Yeah, the two of you meet up at this coffee shop. And what is the coffee shop called?
Ooh.
What's the new Falcon's Reach?
Yeah.
Falcon Coffee.
Falcon Coffee.
Falcon Coffee.
There's like a Falcon's cry in the advertisement every time. It's great.
Falcon Coffee.
You have to say it like that every time. So at Falcon Coffee.
Just throw it at you.
Yeah. So the the two of you meet at the Falcon Coffee.
Yeah.
Nice.
The kobold barista is running around at great speed, making the coffee and espressos and handing it out to customers. Ella, you sit down first, and a couple of minutes later you see Steve. And we actually didn't get around to saying what Steve looked like. So, Steve, what do you look like?
Steve appears otherwise like an ordinary human. However, he's actually an asmer. But the usual telltale, like, glowing halo, silver hair are not present with Steve. He just looks a little more attractive than the normal human would be. And he always had a sense of, like, justice that kind of guided him until his fateful encounter that one day. But yeah, he's a solid build. His years in police work left him in good shape. Or at least it appears that way. He's somewhat wiry, I guess you would describe it. And he still wears some of his equipment from when he was a police officer. Just old habits dying hard.
Yep. Steve, you take your seat at the table with Ella.
Hey, Ella.
What up, Steve?
Not too much. Quit the police force.
Oh, man. I thought you really liked that job.
I did, but, sometimes when you follow your dreams, you gotta end one thing to start something new, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. I'm not there yet. But you sound like you're in a really healthy place.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you meeting with me. I'm glad we could stay friends and all that. And I kind of thought of you first because I knew you were great with finance and business and whatnot. And I'm actually trying to start a business.
Ella would like to see if he's telling the truth here. Was she really the first person that he reached out to?
Do you guys want to do a contested deception versus insight?
Sure.
Heck yeah.
Not bad. 17 plus 3 is 20.
Oh, man. Okay. I get a 9.
Yeah, you totally believe him.
I'm like, wow, I'm really special. Wow, I'm really special. Oh, God. What does this mean?
As this is happening, we cut to Cayenne for a second. Cayenne, you're just so excited to hear from Steve. You absolutely cannot wait to leave work.
Oh no. Steve has a foreboding feeling.
Cayenne leaves work early.
Cayenne, you ditch work early, and in your excitement, you start heading towards the bar that you're supposed to meet Steve at. And just for shits and giggles, what is the name of the bar?
Lower Falcon's Reach Bar and Grill. Yeah.
LFRBG.
It rolls off the tongue.
The good old LFRPG.
Yeah, the Lower Falcon's Reach Bar and Grill.
LFRBG is the PLACE to be.
As you head towards the LFRBG...
We could name it something else.
It's too late now.
No,
Alright.
it's too
way
late.
too late now.
Okay.
You see Steve at a nearby coffee shop, and he's sitting with some woman.
Ella and Steve just all of a sudden they look at their cups of coffee and it does the Jurassic Park thing where you just see the ripples in the water as Cayenne just, starts walking over because he's so big. And you just hear, Steve, is that you?
Steve takes a deep breath, looks up. Cayenne, how fortunate to see you.
It is good to see you too. I thought you were busy until tonight.
That's right. I'm in a business meeting right now, but coincidentally, it's actually about a similar topic. Oh, I'm being rude. Ella, this is Cayenne. Cayenne, this is Ella.
Hi, Cayenne.
Who are you?
She's a wizard when it comes to finance. Here, sit down. We're gonna talk about the taco shop.
Okay. Steve grabs 2 chairs and sits in them.
Who does?
Damn it! All right. I mean, on Cayenne, the character that I am, grabs 2 chairs and sits in them
Both.
because he's so big.
It's like an airline. He has to grab 2 chairs.
He's big. He's like 8 feet tall.
Oh god. Well, seeing Cayenne's distress, Steve motions towards a bench. He's like, I think there's a bench over there.
That would be preferable.
We can switch.
That is very kind of you. I very much appreciate it.
You guys switch over to the bench.
Cayenne sort of awkwardly is like, so, how have you been, Steve?
I've been alright. I quit my job at the police force.
Oh, that is a shame. You loved that job, and you loved being a police officer.
Yeah, but sometimes in order to start something new, you gotta end something first.
You look really good.
Appreciate that. Well, to get to business, the reason I invited both of you to talk today was about my business idea. It's about a taco stand where we sell tacos, at this he gestures to Cayenne, for money, at this he gestures to Ella. And I know both of you excel at certain aspects of that. So, I figured we could all get together and, we would come together and make a taco stand,
That's really interesting. I'm super happy that you chose me. First of all, wow, was really not expecting that. But also really interested to get to know your friend and sort of what he contributes to the partnership. Obviously, I have the financial knowledge, and that's why you picked me, right? She looks at him.
Totally.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, I'm just wondering, what your friend Cayenne brings to the partnership.
Well, I am not meaning to brag, but I can sizzle up a mean, taco. And not to brag, but I'm pretty sure I am the best Goliath chef in all of Falcon's Reach, for sure. And this seems like a spicy business opportunity, and I would do anything for you, Steve, so I am in.
I think at this point, Ella realizes that they're talking about tacos, and she's like, wait, is tacos the business opportunity we were talking about?
Yeah, so, we'll make tacos.
Yes, I like it.
And then we sell the tacos.
Yeah, Ella's starting to wonder, how much financial knowledge you need in order to do this.
From the research that I've had to do, apparently a lot.
That's true.
Steve knows a little bit, because he's not wasted the 4 weeks, even though he has kind of dragged his feet on some of it. So he knows he needs Ella.
She's like, okay. So it isn't exactly short selling, but yeah, okay, I can do this. I can start running a small business, yeah.
Yes.
Tiny woman, you know how to sell tacos?
Let's just say I can be persuasive sometimes.
Excellent. This is amazing. I already see great success for us.
Totally. I'm glad both of you were there to help me with my idea. Me and Austin, we've been hoping for a big break, and so we'll have the best tacos ever. The best tacos.
Steve, your ambition is something I've always admired about you.
Ella crinkles her face a little bit. She's like,
Does Steve see this?
seems very complimentary.
Does Steve see the suspicion?
Do an insight check.
How insightful is Steve? Not bad. 17 plus 3, 20.
Oh yeah, you see it.
Seeing Ella get distracted. We're gonna have the best tacos ever. Best tacos. And we're gonna be so rich. So much money.
Ella perks up.
We're gonna have so much money. We're gonna not even know what to do with it all. We're gonna have to invest it. We're gonna have so much money.
Ella really perks up.
What are we gonna do with all this dang money?
Okay, Steve sees that he's pushed the can down the road or kicked it down the road for a little bit longer. He needs to get them on board more fully before the seams start coming apart on the group dynamics.
Ella is supposed to be intelligent, but I figure she's just still hungover.
It's a rough day for Ella.
It is a rough day. She doesn't know what she's getting herself into right now.
I could finally share my gift with the world, and people will all over will know Cayenne is the best taco chef in all Falcon's Reach.
Wow, this guy's really intense.
There's nothing more intense than making tacos. It is my life, my purpose.
Could we try your tacos?
Oh, I thought you would never ask. Unfortunately, I don't have any with me right now, but... But if I get a grill, you don't even want to know what kind of trouble I get up to in there.
Oh man, well, I'll see it when I believe it, or I'll believe it when I taste it.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will, tiny woman.
Back at you, giant guy.
I like her. Where did you find her, Steve?
Yeah, Ella's very interested to know too.
Yeah, I was like kind of trying to think here. Where did I meet Ella? Huh. What do you think, Ella? By Ella, I mean Anastasia.
Oh, where do you think we met?
Is there fantasy Tinder?
Like, I'm trying.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe you consulted for the police on a financial crimes like thing,
Yeah, that sounds good.
or were were you the one we were investigating?
Oh my gosh. Poor Ella. Oh. We can say her firm was being investigated, but she was not implicated, all right?
She was just an intern.
I mean, no, she was definitely like a paid associate, but don't worry about it. She was not working on that project.
That works. Okay, so to answer Cayenne's question, Steve says, "Oh yeah, Ella and I go back pretty far. You know, we met through work. There was a investigation, and we got to know each other."
Oh, interesting. You've never mentioned Ella before.
Yeah, I'm like really watching this conversation right now. Like, he hasn't mentioned that we dated, so I'm thinking this to myself.
Steve doesn't want to bring it up. But anyway, so to Cayenne, bruh, she's pretty great. So smart. Like, you wouldn't even know how smart.
You're right, I don't.
Well, with my smarts and your cooking, Cayenne, and
Yes.
Steve's... What does Steve contribute? Oh, he's the ideas man. Yeah. With Steve's idea, sounds like we could make something pretty great.
All right, what do we do first? Do I make tacos? How many tacos do you need?
Well, I definitely request some taster tacos. So let's start there.
Okay. Steve, do you have stove at your house, apartment?
Yeah, totally. Have everything in the kitchen that we would need. And I think it's a great idea that we have, tacos, taste, and we make it like a menu, but we also need to figure out all of the logistics of the business part, like permits and what have you. I know a little bit, reading so many books, but I'm not the expert.
Well, that's why you brought me on, right?
Totally.
Great.
She has, expertise. Yeah, she's got the thinking.
All right, well, Okay. So here's what this is all over my head. I don't know one logistic from the other, but it seems like this tiny woman Ella, she sounds so smart that I'm not worried. Just point me towards the ingredients, and I cook up something nice for you.
Yeah, let's all go.
Ella's hungry for the first time all day. Just talking about tacos.
You know, something nice and greasy like that will be good for you.
All right, so what do you guys do?
We go back to Steve's place, where we're definitely not going to see any pictures of past relationships.
Steve has cleverly or hastily put them away.
He asked us to wait outside his apartment for 5 minutes before we go in. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting to have company.
Yeah, I didn't think this is all so fast so soon.
I gotta clean up after Austin. He leaves a mess everywhere. He totally leaves a mess. You know, you just gotta clean up after him real quick.
Austin's definitely, he has to say something.
Yeah. The three of you arrive outside of Austin's apartment. Not Austin's apartment.
Actually
you're right. You were right.
Yes.
You're right. It's more his apartment than mine. He's at this point.
He just allows Steve to live there.
The three of you arrive outside of Steve's apartment.
All right, Jolie, come on in. And Steve opens the door, and he sees on the far side of the room photos up of him and Ella, and he's just on second thought, let me tie you up real quick. Is that all right?
Cayenne gets distracted by Austin immediately. This is oh my god, that is adorable puppy. I want to pet.
Yeah, Austin runs up to the door once you open it, and he's just Bork.
Austin, you're a good boy. Say hello to my friends. Everyone, this is Austin. He's totally friendly. And the whole time Steve's walking in and moving stuff and kicking things under the table.
Cayenne attempts to befriend Austin.
Do an animal handling check.
Yes! I was hoping you would ask for that. Yes. That is a 23.
Yeah, you still smell like tacos, so Austin is particularly interested in you.
Oh, this puppy is so cute. Yes. Who is a good boy? Is it you? Yes, it is. It is you. You are the good boy.
Bork!
Yes, I agree. I will give... That is a hearty bork. I will bork. Bork! Yes.
Bork.
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 Bork. Ella, what are you doing?
Ella thinks that the dog is very cute, but she's also trying to kind of peer in the apartment to see what Steve is running around doing.
How about we do a contested sleight of hand versus perception?
All right, I have a chance to redeem myself.
Let's see.
I'm going to roll the other one this time. See if I get better luck. I get +0 on perception, so this is already starting off super well.
I'm re-rolling because it landed in a crevice and it's between 18 and a 5.
Sure.
Oh, I got a 5.
I believe in you.
I have a 10 plus 1, 11.
I did not redeem myself.
Yeah, from where you're standing, Ella, it looks like Steve is just cleaning up a little bit.
Ella's just really hungover still, somehow. She really needs to get those tacos in her system, and then she swears she's going to be better at perceiving what's going on.
All right, bros, come on in.
Thanks so much for having us. Ella definitely feels super duper awkward right now because she remembers the last time she was here.
Ruh-roh.
It looks almost completely different because it's covered in dog toys.
I'm like, wow, he really compensated.
Compensated. Cayenne is also remembers the last time he was here. It was a very sad occasion, but he's happy to be back. He's like, yes, we used to get to some trouble here, didn't we, Steve?
Again, Ella is just like, okay.
Totally. Yeah, well, the kitchen's all set up, and you do your thing.
Cayenne changes and puts on his apron and chef hat that he has with him at all times.
Nice.
And starts getting to work.
Yeah, what kind of tacos are you making?
Let's see, he'll make some shrimp tacos. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and do a survival check.
This might be the most important roll I make. in the set of bonus episodes.
That's true, because Ella's about to judge you.
It's not great. It's an 11.
Yeah, they turn out pretty good, actually.
Because he's that good. Even when he rolls an 11, the tacos are still like, yeah.
Yeah, the bar is really low for...
Good tacos.
Oh yeah, so one of the things about this universe is that so much of the food is processed and bland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's rare to find like homemade, good quality food.
Oh, wow. That's so
Yeah,
sad.
a lot of the food is magically created via the spell create food and water.
But it doesn't taste good.
They're like rations.
Oh, okay.
It's bland but nourishing.
But not like soul nourishing.
Yeah.
It lets you survive. That's about it,
Man, these tacos are just gonna rock this world.
right? Other than the rich with their heroes feasts every day.
Ugh. Heroes feasts.
Yeah, it's like creating food and water, but fancy.
Oh, it's like the fancy version of that spell.
Yeah, it's like a whole like banquet.
Wow.
Jeez.
I'm sure Ella's experienced a few of those in her life.
Yeah, the company catered parties.
Yeah.
Cayenne, the shrimp tacos you make are actually pretty good. You hand some to Steve, and he hands some to Ella. And optionally, you can also hand it to Austin, I guess, and yourself.
Sure, I give some to Austin. I give some to everybody, and I look very expectantly as I eat them.
Bottoms up.
Ella stuffs her face.
Austin is like, bark, 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 bark. That is the sound a dog makes when it eats.
So how good does it taste?
It tastes good.
Oh man, this is delicious, Ella says.
Oh no, stop, but please keep going.
Wow, I don't think I've ever had tacos this, like, homemade before. It's so good.
It is a family recipe, and you are just too kind, Miss Ella. You are just so nice. Thank you. It warms my heart.
Ella is, like, starting to, like, really like him. Like, in a friend way, just like, this guy is, like, really nice.
Yeah, he's like the only like nice person in his whole family.
Are they all, like, Gordon Ramsays?
Kinda, yeah. They're like very violent Gordon Ramsays. Yeah, so you think this could work as a business idea? We can, sell my family tacos people would like.
Absolutely, man. I am so on board.
Yeah, these are great. Just so good.
Oh, Steve, you flatter me.
These will sell like you wouldn't believe.
Alright, so we should start tomorrow then, yes? Figure out how to get our stand and, get to work?
Yeah, let's do it.
Totally cool.
You're totally cool, Steve.
Thanks, Cayenne.
No, thank you.
So what, you guys just have a slumber party?
Slumber party.
Well, Steve doesn't kick them out, but doesn't really like invite them to stay.
We are business partners. That means we live together now, yes?
Bro, I don't think that's how that works. But don't you have your own place with your folks, with your friends, your family?
Well, no, I don't live with my family anymore, and I was living... The bank that I worked at, they let me live there, but they might have... It's possible they fired me after I left today, so I sort of don't have anywhere to stay.
Oh,
And he just sort of like looks around awkwardly and sheepishly.
that's so sad,
Isn't it though?
bro. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, but it's good I know friends. I have such good friends like you to be there for me.
Totally. If you don't have anywhere else, I have a spare room.
Steve, your kindness, it warms my heart. I missed you, Steve. And he goes into the spare bedroom.
So you guys haven't been in contact?
No, I knew Cayenne from like a few months ago, but we hadn't really kept in touch much.
And you guys were like bros?
Yeah, we dated for a bit, but it was not anything serious. Steve decided to come clean.
Let Ella process that for a second. This taco venture is really Steve and his exes?
Yeah.
I kind of prefer, just think of it as a professional seeking other professionals in a professional capacity. We're all professionals here, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely, if we keep it professional, I can see us succeeding.
That's totally the dream. We'll just ride the wave to success.
I just never, I've never heard of anyone. Was I really the first person that you thought of then?
You were definitely at the top of my mind for your business acumen.
And, obviously, Cayenne does the tacos, so.
Who better to partner with, than a taco chef when you're making a taco stand?
That's true. She's mulling it over in her mind. All right. She's still skeptical of how this will work, but she's like, okay, yeah, we can figure it out. All right, I'm going to go back to my parents' place. And then she's like, oh, crap. She didn't really want him to know that she had to move out of her apartment.
Ruh-roh.
Steve was kind of nodding, and then he kind of tilted his head a little bit. He's like, you're staying with your parents again?
Yeah, just for the weekend. Doing some grouting work at my apartment. Management wanted me out, so she's like, ugh.
Does Steve believe her?
Oh, we can do another one of these contested deception
We're
insight checks.
going to have so much of these deception checks between these people.
It turns out that Steve and Ella aren't really truthful to each other.
Always the basis for a good relationship.
Especially a good business relationship.
This one was not quite as good. 9 plus 3 is 12.
Are you... Oh my god. Okay, I got an 11. I got 9 plus 2. This is okay, what are these stats?
What are these stats?
What are these stats that I created? What did I do?
These dang stats.
Yeah, so anyway, I guess she fails. The question is if he's gonna say anything about it.
Yeah, Steve, you realize Ella is not being very truthful about something.
Oh, I see, the weekend. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So things are good.
She had to lie again. She's like, yeah. Yeah, things never been better, honestly. Never in my life. That's why I'm starting this venture with my ex-boyfriend.
How loudly do you say that?
Not very loudly, but if he was very intently listening, he would hear it.
Yeah, Steve was paying attention. After the something is not quite truthful, he's definitely paying attention.
So he hears it, yeah.
He's like, he gets her attention, he's pointing, he's like, business partner.
Okay, but Cayenne, how about you also roll a perception check from the other room?
Alright, Cayenne comes out and he's like, Steve, do you know where I could find the bathroom? During this conversation.
It's a super convenient interruption.
Yeah. Let's see, perception. 10. Very low numbers.
I don't think we were really hiding the conversation.
Yeah, so Cayenne, you hear this part about ex-boyfriend.
I knew it. I knew there was something odd about this whole situation.
Yeah, the restroom's just down the hall, and just swing it right.
Okay, everything okay here between the two of you?
Totally.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and he just super slowly, way too slowly, walks over to the restroom, hoping to catch more of the conversation, but also being way too big to not be noticed.
Steve was just looking at Cayenne, making sure that he found the restroom. Yeah, it's, just down there on the right, just on the right.
I eventually make it to the restroom, but I keep an ear out.
So Steve turns back to Ella and says, so, business partners? And he holds his hand out.
Ella, for not the first time that day, has a reevaluation of her life choices. And it's a very short list right now, so she shakes his hand.
Radical.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be totally awesome. Should we meet in the morning?
Yeah, I'll be here at 8 sharp.
Cool. Sounds good.
Ella goes back to her parents' place and for the first time in 2 weeks goes to bed at a reasonable hour.
That's the real fantasy here.
That's that adulting life we're all trying our best at.
Trying.
Keyword is try.
As long as we're trying.
Meanwhile, back at Steve's apartment, you guys go to bed?
Yeah, after Ella leaves, Steve waves goodbye, closes up the door, looks, sees Cayenne still in the restroom, and just goes to his room and closes the door to go to sleep.
What about you, Cayenne?
Cayenne's like also mulling things over in his head. This business partnership with exes is going to go super well, I think. But yeah, he's, it's clear that there's some history between Ella and Steve and Cayenne, and that Steve's not being very clear or not being very open about it. Cayenne's going to keep this in mind. He still really wants to make tacos for this taco stand, though. So he's going to bed.
Yep. The three of you go to bed in your respective beds. Ella, you wake up not hungover.
Yay!
Which is a little bit different from the past couple of days. And you head on over to Steve's apartment.
Knock, knock.
You hear the sound of borking. Bork, bork. Steve, what are you doing?
Steve is up and he is making a large pot of coffee from the Magitech coffee machine.
Cayenne has made some breakfast tacos for Steve, and they're arranged in the shape of a heart on a big plate. I made some breakfast tacos for my special guy.
Right at this moment, Ella walks in.
Did she hear from my special guy?
Yep.
She's like, oh man, this guy is clearly not over him. This is awkward. Hey guys.
Oh, hi.
Hey, morning, Ella. Coffee's on the pot.
Awesome. I've already had a couple of cups, but sure, I'll take another.
Cool. And then Steve pours coffee for everybody. It's also tacos. This is our the breakfast menu.
Oh, this looks awesome. She takes 2 tacos.
Yeah, you can have some too. It's fine.
The 2 tacos that you take are the exact 2 that split the heart in half.
A single tear falls from Cayenne's face.
Ella eats them without abandon. She's like, wow, these tacos are really good.
Thank you. I need a moment. And he goes into the bedroom, sheds some tears, and then comes out fully dressed. He was in his jammies before.
Meanwhile, Steve is eating the tacos.
So is Ella.
So what's our big plan for today? We're going to should we start selling our tacos?
Well, we have to set up the business first.
That sounds hard.
Totally. We gotta get permits, right?
First of all, we need a company name. What are tacos? What's our LLC?
How about taco place? Is good, right?
It's not a bad name.
Taco place.
Yes, it is very catchy, yes?
Let's, just keep it on the table.
Okay, I like that.
We
It's on the table.
Talkin' tacos.
How about what are you tacoing about? Do you see what I did there?
Ah, yes, clever.
Yes, I am so funny.
Watch a taco about.
That is good too.
We could just do Steve's tacos.
To do Austin's tacos.
Apocalypse now.
Or heartbreak taco.
Magic taco?
Magic is taco-nology. It's so dumb.
I was about to say I believe in you guys, but now I'm not so sure.
I think that's the winner. We just go with that one. I think it's taco knowledge.
It's so dumb, but I love it.
Just try saying that 7 times fast.
3's taco.
I like that one.
Triple threat taco. Taco triple threat.
There are so many taco names.
At this point, Austin has climbed up onto the kitchen table and is now taking a nap next to the plate of tacos. It's cute.
Sleepy Dogs Tacos.
Doggo tacos.
Doggo Tacos. There we go.
Done.
Done.
LLC.
Ella just gives up at this point. She's like, sure, that one.
It's been like 4 hours of brainstorming taco names. I've made lunch tacos at this point.
It was just a, what's it called? Montage.
We just have a, on the wall, there's like a board with the different names scratched out, and people are like laying on the couch.
The camera just followed Austin as we were all doing this.
Yes.
Doggos Tacos. It's great.
Alright, so you guys have finally decided on a name.
This is progress, guys. Yes.
It's totally a great name.
Well, I think we've done enough for today. Good work, team. Yes.
We just gotta make it official.
All right.
Where do we do that?
Do we high
Alright,
five?
Ella, give us your 3-part plan to making this business.
Let's see. We have to create an entity. There's a lot of other things we need to do. We will open a company bank account. That's really important. And I guess the third thing we should definitely do is get a permit. So there's more things that we definitely would have to do if it was the real world creating a business, but for the purposes of simplifying in story, we should probably just stick to those.
Okay. Yes. I think this is great.
Okay, so where are you guys going to go to next?
Is there an entity store? Where do we buy?
We're going to have to go to the Secretary of State or similar governmental entity that regulates new and existing businesses. So,
It's definitely the Chamber of Commerce.
yeah, we'll have to go to the government agency in charge of business entities.
Okay, we go now. Yes. Get entity, then make tacos.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. This is going to go so well. This is great. We are already great business partners.
Yeah, the 3 of you head out. How about you guys go to the district admin building? Throwback to earlier episodes.
Perfect.
Alright, Anastasia, so if you were to do this in real life, how would you form an LLC?
So, I live in the state of Virginia, so I would go to the Commonwealth of Virginia State Corporation Commission and check that the name that I want is available and not already taken.
Joey, please don't let the name be taken. I don't think we can spend another hour coming up with names.
Does it cost any money in real life?
There's a $10 filing fee.
Oh. I didn't realize it was so cheap.
Yeah, well, I mean, taxes are not cheap, but
Yeah, you're just
and
reserving
the
a name.
business license for permitting restaurants or taco stands are not cheap.
The name, that's cheap.
The name is cheap, yeah, but also Virginia is known for lower fees, so not every state is like this. We would appoint a registered agent. That's the person who will be accepting the legal documents in official mail on the business's behalf.
Business.
So I could do that. I could be the registered agent. And then we may or may not need a business license depending on what Falcon's Reach / Virginia requires of restaurants / taco stands.
Yeah. So shifting back into fantasy land,
Whee!
the 3 of you arrive outside the district admin building. A repurposed church that has several new modern levels added on top of it. And the 3 of you head inside the walls and head into the building.
When your party finds the treasure at the end of the dungeon, what do you do with it? Do you immediately spend it at the local shop, upgrading to +1 armor and masterwork weapons? Do you beg the DM for a laundry list of upgrades to your base, stretching to afford that airship dog you'll only use one time? What if there was another option, where you used that stack of gold to create even more wealth? If kicking down door number 3 sounds like the optimized build for you, then use the overcomplicated jump rules to jump on over to Creating Wealth, a podcast where an experienced financial advisor and his millennial daughter, me, RP their way through topics like personal finance, investing, and financial planning. Rolling a nat 20 isn't enough to ensure your financial future. But if it were, our show would definitely let you roll with advantage. You won't need an 18 intelligence score to understand our show, just a bit of time and interest to learn something new. And who knows, after a few listens, you might even level up. You can find our podcast, Creating Wealth, hosted by Bill Taber and Anastasia Taber, on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Time to roll for initiative.